Why I put all that pressure on you? I had to know that you were ready. Had to be sure. And guess what? You are.
Zach, the filmmakers say that you were born for this role. How do you respond?
And you get back out there and you get this job done.
I'd say thank you. That's what I would say.
Yes, sir.
And coach.
Thank you.
In some ways, I agree with them because I don't know, like, that when this all happened, it all felt very faded. It felt very much like God's fingerprints were all over it. So I would agree to them to that extent. If this is all part of my journey since being born, then yes, I was born for this role.
Let's go to work. All right. That last one was on me. But we got this. Let's get to work. Right doubles, rip, 50 tail, on one, ready.
But, I was also very blessed to have this job. There are lots of other actors in Hollywood. There are lots of other people with lots of talent and even more football experience than I had. And it just happened that I got to be the guy in the place, in the position, with the relationship with the Irwins. They knew me. They knew my talent. They knew how I looked like Kurt. They knew that we shared similar faith. And I think a part of that similar vibe and energy. And it all came together, and here we are, and we've made, I think, a really beautiful, inspiring movie about a true, inspiring, beautiful story. And yes, some of it's about football, but most of it's about real life and family and faith and who is your core community and how are you supporting each other and what does that look like and where are you putting your value and where are you finding your identity and the trials and the tribulations and the really deep faith that one has to have in God, yes, but also in oneself and in each other. And I mean, there's so many layers to it. And it gives all of that incredible Cinderella story that we all know so much more depth and context.
If you had to describe an awakening moment in this American Underdog story, what would you say that was?
Brenda was much more, I think, the religion as a relationship. Kurt came up in a more, I think, liturgic type of a religious background, and in those cases, oftentimes you don't feel like a freedom to just communicate with God. It's like you go and, in Catholic Mass, or, you would go and confess to a priest or something like that. And all of a sudden, Kurt is now forced to really ask himself, like, what is my faith ultimately? And how do I communicate with my Creator? And I think that moment where something very tragic has happened in their lives and he's tucking young Zach back into bed and he just has this private moment where he starts breaking down because he doesn't know what to do with his sorrow. He doesn't know how to get beyond this loss, this pain. And you just see him very quietly but very passionately crying out to God. And to me, that's an incredible turning point for the growth that he then experiences from that point forward, not just in his faith, but as a man, as a quarterback, all that stuff.